guys, it's Jennifer, and today I've got a really interesting video. At least I hope it's an interesting video for you. It was definitely an interesting video for me gathering up all this stuff. This is my YouTube made me buy it. What worked and what didn't. I see all over YouTube the YouTube made me buy it, and I thought, you know, I've got a lot of products that I could use for that exact thing. So I'm going to share some of those with you right now. Alright, first we're going to get into the very first YouTube made me buy it, and that is my beauty blender. This thing I bought probably, I'm going to say, about 6 months ago or so, before I started doing videos anyway. And you know, I like it a lot, but I have to say that my next YouTube made me buy it, I've kind of replaced this with this. This is the Real Techniques Beauty or Miracle Complexion Sponge, and yes, it is old and it's even a little bit tore up because I use this almost every day. If I'm using makeup, I reach for this. I very rarely reach for this anymore, and there's just something about, I don't know, the shape of this and the way it feels, and the fact that it's only like $6 or $7. I don't know, but yeah, this one is ready to be replaced. So I'm probably going to lovingly say goodbye to this one and use this one until I get this one's replacement. But yeah, it is a good sponge. It does everything it says it's going to do, except for the fact that it promised me this airbrushed flawless finish on my face, and I didn't get that, but that's okay. I don't think there's any miracle sponge out there that will give me a flawless complexion. So there you go. Alright, next on the list we have some things from Benefit. This is the Hoola Bronzer and the Dandelion Blush, and I have to say, these two things, I honestly really and truly do love these a lot. This bronzer is such a great color. I actually use it more for contouring than I do for bronzer because it's a very neutral color. It's not too orangey. So for me, it's really good for contouring because it's a little warmer than the typical ashy kind of a contour. And then this blush, first of all, is like, I mean, it's my favorite color. It's pink, so you can't go wrong with that. But second of all, it is super pigmented, very soft, and just this really, really pretty color. And you can't really see, it's not coming across on camera. It swatches, it works better on the cheeks than it does in a swatch. But yes, these two were definite winners. Along with these, and I don't have it with me, but there's another YouTube made me buy it, and that is the Benefit Porefessional. And that one for me is kind of, I don't like it. I think I'm the only person in the world who probably doesn't like that primer. But for me, the problems that I have with it are, it really and truly does fill in your pores, which, I mean, is okay and would be okay if it was clear, but since it is flesh toned, when your foundation kind of starts to wear away, especially here for me on my nose, it's really obvious that I've got something stuck in my pores, and it's really kind of gross looking, and I don't like that at all. Plus, the other thing with it is when I use it, I can get really broken out because sometimes it doesn't clean well. I use a scrub, and I even use like a scrubby to scrub my face, and I use masks and things like that. But sometimes, even then, sometimes it still doesn't all come out of my pores, so I can get breakouts and stuff from using it. So for me, that was a no-go. It was no. And next, let's see. I've got so much here. Let's go with, oh yes, this is a winner. We'll go with another winner. The ColourPop brand. I'm saying the ColourPop brand because I love it, and I'm going to continue to buy it. In fact, as soon as we get our paycheck, I will be buying the entire new Kathleen Lights collection. I can't wait to try it out, especially Mr. Bing and November. Those two, especially to me, look awesome. But this is from Kathleen Lights' first collection. This is Lumiere, and this is their regular just plain old lippy sticks. And I love, love, love this color. In fact, I have nothing on my lips right now, so I can put it on. I do have a little something on my lips, but hello, Mr. Viewfinder. There you go. It's not perfect, but you know, it'll work. But isn't it a pretty color? I just love this color. It's like this kind of a pinky, purpley, nudie, mauvey, I don't know, it's just beautiful color. And then I have Birthday Boy, which is their limited edition Super Shock Shadow, and this one is Tassel, which I use as a highlighter and on my brow bone and on the inner corner and stuff like that. And I'm just in love with the brand. It's awesome and amazing, and that was definitely a winner for me. Let's see, next we're gonna go with some Milani products, couple of Milani products here. The Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This one was kind of a combination of YouTube and Facebook made me buy it, and I can't use it. It burns my skin. I have very sensitive skin, and so there's a few products that I can't use. One of them is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. It's got something in it too that also burns my skin. The first time I used that, I put it on my skin and I took it off and I actually had burns, like red burns on my skin, and it was bad. It was like 1st-degree burns on my skin from that. It was horrible. So, so this one did not work for me. Again, it burns my skin. It's not as bad as that concealer I talked about was, but it still was uncomfortable to wear, and it just itched and everything like that. This is the Moisture Lock Lip Treatment, and this one is the coconut oil infused. They have all kinds of different ones, primrose oils, and just all kinds of stuff. And you know, it's okay, but I don't know, I don't think it's worth the hype, to be perfectly honest. I paid a lot of money for it. I paid like $8 for it, something like that, and it's like an $8 lip balm. And my EOS lip balm that I've been using for like a year and still haven't ran out of was only like $4, and I can apply that like once, maybe twice a day if I have to. This, I felt like I had to keep reapplying it, and so, you know, for $8 to me, that's kind of a jip. So that was this pass. Bye-bye. Next, let's see, we're gonna go into, we're just kind of going by brands here. We're gonna go with Maybelline. First, this one is, it's an okay, not as good as they told me it was gonna be. This is the Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. Yeah, it's okay. I have really, I mean, I've got dark circles under my eye, so when I'm looking for concealer, I'm looking for something to conceal my dark circles. This doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. I am considering investing in the Tarte Shape Tape and giving that a try. I have a huge conviction over spending $24 on a concealer, but if it will work, then it might be worth the price. So I don't know, we'll see. That's something I gotta pray about that, so we'll see. But I mean, it's okay. It you know, it's all right, but it's not everything that YouTube said it was going to be. On the other hand, something that YouTube was right about and that I completely love and am completely addicted to is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation and Powder. Oh my gosh, these are like holy grail every single day of my life. I mean, this powder especially, I use it every single day. I do rotate this foundation with another one that I'm going to talk to you about here in a second, but these are so good, and yes, they are totally worth the hype, especially if you have kind of more oily skin, and these work really well on my sensitive skin. I have no problems with them. They don't break me out, they don't make me itch, they don't burn me, and I love them so much, so much. Speaking of foundations, let's go right into the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. Love it. Absolutely love it. I actually did not do a haul or anything on it because, I mean, I bought it on a whim. I was out with my husband. We were on a date night. We went to Walmart because that's what everybody does on date night, right? Go to Walmart, right? Okay. Anyway. So we were just kind of randomly walking around Walmart, and I was like, you know what? I really have been wanting to try this. Everybody on YouTube just raves about it, especially people who have oily skin. And, you know, for days that I really just don't want to do a heavy makeup look, oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Completely worth the hype. Again, it doesn't break me out. It doesn't make me itch. It doesn't do any of that horrible stuff on my skin. And you know, for a very long time I had a little bit of a brand loyalty going on to CoverGirl, and that brand loyalty may start to be coming back here. I don't know, we'll see, but this could definitely launch that brand loyalty returning for sure. Well, okay, maybe, because this one is a not so much. This is also from CoverGirl. This is the Super Sizer Waterproof Mascara. I've talked about it before. I don't like it. And although somebody did tell me, a friend of mine told me that the reason that I probably didn't like it was because this is the waterproof formula, and the regular formula is way different than the waterproof formula. And so I may test that theory out, and I may get the standard Super Sizer mascara and give that a try out and compare the two. If you want me to do that, let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you'd like that. But so yeah, so that one was a kind of a miss for me. Let's see, Wet n Wild. My goodness, I love Wet n Wild anyway, but these two products were specifically YouTube made me buy it. This one is the Creme Brulee, right? Yeah, Creme Brulee Color Icon eyeshadow. And yeah, this one totally, again, totally worth the hype. Check that swatch out right there. It is so super pigmented, so soft, so buttery. It is the perfect base shade. It's a perfect blending shade, transition shade. It's just great. I love it. Absolutely love it. And it was like $1. I mean, come on, $1. Next up from Wet n Wild is the Mega Glow Dual Ended Contour Stick, and I don't have my highlighter palette with me. Why don't I have my highlighter palette with me? Okay, anyway, contour stick. It's okay, it's alright. I mean, it's not awesome. I don't do a whole lot of cream contour, but this is the contour side. Whoops, I almost ruined that. And this is the highlight side. You can see them swatched side by side. And I mean, it's okay. It's okay. This is the shade. Is this in a shade? Yeah, this is the shade light medium. And the contour for me is a little bit dark. Just a little bit dark. Although it does blend out pretty nicely. The highlighter, I love the highlighter. And I know I'm looking at myself. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make sure it's blending out the way it's supposed to. But they blend out. I mean, the highlight almost blends out too much, honestly. But I mean, they blend out really, really nice. The only thing that I can say about it is that I wish the contour was just a smooch lighter, because it's a little bit too dark for me, but it is what it is. And the counterpart that I'm talking about, the highlighter palette, Catwalk Pink, you guys know how much I love it. I use it all the time, talk about it all the time. You know, is it even worth mentioning in here? Who knows? Next is, we're gonna go with this one. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. Well, let me tell you something about Coty. All right. Coty and I, we go way back, way back, way back to the 1990s. Okay, we're talking middle school years for me, like 91, 92, somewhere around there, right? These used to come in a cardboard container, also a circle, but these used to come in this cute little cardboard container where you could lift the top off, and it had this really pretty gold rim around the edges, and it was just fantastic. The boxes always fell apart. Some of you that are old school Coty people knew what I'm talking about, but the boxes always inevitably fell apart. But still, the powder was fantastic, and I grabbed this about a month ago. Actually, I was at Walmart and I happened to be over looking at the nail polish. For some reason, this is in this section with Sally Hansen and all that. I don't know why, but it is a little messy when you open it, because it like poof. Woo! But so I picked it up because Tarte had talked about it, and a couple other YouTubers that I watched talked about it, and they just rave about how good it is. And I was like, I used to use that when I was in school, and it really is, I mean, it really is nice. It is so very finely milled. Can you see that? Let me, I mean, it is so just finely milled, and it is just so pretty. And I mean, a lot of people do talk about the smell as being kind of overpowering, but for me, it is a very nostalgic smell. It takes me back to, you know, to when I was first learning about makeup, before I actually knew anything about makeup. and it just, oh, nostalgia for me. So it does, it smells so good, and I really do like it. Now I don't use this to set my under eyes because I'm finding that there are very few powders that I can use to set my under eyes with without it looking really, you know, really creasy and cakey. But I do use this all over my face. I love it. I do use it to kind of bake any of my highlighting that I'm doing under my contour. It is just, I love it so much. So yes, absolutely, this is, again, worth the hype. And from Physicians Formula, we have the Organic Wear Jumbo Lash Mascara and the Butter Bronzer. And this one, again, is a Tarte-ism. I watch a lot of Tarte. I just love her. I think she's fantastic. But this, for a very long time, was her holy grail mascara, and I was just now getting around to it. And it's okay. I mean, I've used better mascara. I mean, to be honest, I've used better mascaras. It's not like the quintessential awesome mascara. Smashbox makes a really, really good one. Smashbox makes a lot of really good ones, actually. Of course, you know, the Benefit mascaras are really good. So, I mean, it's okay, but it's not the end-all be-all. But for a drugstore mascara, I do have to say, honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, I like the Great Lash mascara from Maybelline a lot better. That was, and the also the CoverGirl Supersizer. And those two are like my go-tos. Maybelline I've used like since junior high. Always have had Great Lash on hand. And the CoverGirl I used a lot during my America's Next Top Model watching phase, which hasn't exactly ended. I still watch it on Amazon. But yeah, this definitely, I mean, it's okay, but it's not as good as some. On the other hand, the Butter Bronzer, oh my word, it is everything. It is everything. It is life for me. First of all, the smell, it smells so good. I mean, it's just like, okay, so any of you who live with depression and anxiety know that when you are in the anxiety, when you're into the depression, sometimes all it takes is a smell to kind of help lift those spirits and just kind of bring you out of it just a little bit. This scent does that for me. It just smells very fresh. It reminds me of the ocean. It is just such a beautiful smell. Now, it's honestly, it's not super pigmented. This is the light bronzer, so it's really not super pigmented. In fact, I mean, during the summer, I can almost use this as a face powder when I'm outdoors, which I'm never outdoors. But for me, this works so good as just a very light contour to warm up my face. I mean, it's just, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So yeah, this is another one that was totally worth the hype. And last but not least, we have the Graveyard Girl Tarte Swamp Queen palette. You guys saw my review. I'm so sorry. It is very dirty because I use it almost daily. I love this palette. I mean, you guys know how I feel about it. I don't have to really go into too much detail. I love it. I use it almost every day, and it just is not ever going to go away. Although that being said, Sweet Tea I do not use as a bronzer. I actually use Sweet Tea kind of more as a blush, to be perfectly honest. And I will mix it with Does This Thing Really Work? And it just makes this really pretty blush, and I love it. Alright, so especially if you are a fan of bunnies, this is definitely worth the hype. Again, I haven't gotten any of the lippies yet. I do plan on getting not Swamp Queen, because Swamp Queen's out. What was the other one? You know what the other one was. Texas Toast, thank you. Whoever it was that just said it, I heard you telepathically. So anyway, I am going to get Texas Toast eventually, but until I do, you know, it's all good. But the palette, though, is stellar, absolutely great. Alright, that is it for my YouTube Made Me Buy It's, what worked and what didn't. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, click the little red subscribe button and show me some love, please. And that is it for me, guys. Thank you again so much for watching. Love you guys so much, and don't forget that you are created in the image of an amazing God who loves you very much and thinks you are absolutely fabulous just the way you are. Thanks again, and we will see you guys next time. Bye. My dog's chewing away. Hello, puppy. Hello, puppy. Hello. Hello. And last but not least, we have the Graveyard Girl Tarte. Is my dog shaking the camera? Hey, dog.